it's raining again, like it has been for the last, it seems like forever. So I'll kind of just show you guys what's kind of going on around here. That F350 I got, it had some, it was running really rich. The oil was over full and smelled like gas, so I put a different carburetor on it that I had that from, if you've seen it on the bed, 750, 4160 Holly. But it had this problem where it would backfire between the 2 and 3 shift, or well, maybe not really backfire, but stumble, and also between the 3-4 shift, which is not why I put the carburetor on there. I put that on there because it was pouring gas everywhere, and like I said, the gas was, it was running really rich because the gas was all in the oil. I'll get that figured out. It won't be a big deal, I don't think. It's probably timing or carburetor adjustment, but we'll get to that later when it's not raining, because I got too much crap in the garage to pull it in here. Because let me show you about my Fairlane and everything else like that. Show you kind of what's going on, my holdups and parts I have and stuff like that. So these are some parts I have for the F350. I got some windshield wiper blades, some upper radiator hose. It's a thermostat, a radiator cap, spark plug, choke cable, because the carburetor I put on there has a manual choke. There is some valve cover gaskets. This funky gasket right here has got like, so what was on there was like a smog carburetor, so it had this exhaust that's like exhaust from the head that blows back up into it for like a, I guess, a EGR kind of type deal. Got some light bulbs for the rear. There's a bolt for the valve covers. Oh yeah, I got some new valve covers for this too. I got them on eBay for like 30 bucks because those ones on there are so nasty. I was like, I don't even want to clean these up if I can get some cheap enough. See, just basic chrome valve covers, a little bit of rust on the inside, but they've never been installed by the stickers on them. I'm going to clean that rust out of there. Probably use a little vinegar or maybe some like a Brillo pad or, you know, WD-40. You know how they do that kind of stuff, cleaning chrome up. So I'm going to clean up these outside a little bit. And I've never used these kind of like bolts before, but I've seen a lot of car shows and stuff of they're separated like this. So I think I'm going to take and take some, like just a little bit, like a very, very, very little bit of JB Weld, and pop these on there and kind of give them a little tap with a rubber hammer and let them sit before I put them on there. And I got to get some washers for these too. As you see, they're I don't know if you can tell, but I need some washers, some stainless steel washers for that. See, there's some header bolts right here for my Fairlane. Let me show you what's going on with that. So as you see, there's only 3 primaries, and see that one's cut down there because it was hitting the shock tower. And before you say, you should get the right headers to fit your car, these headers are supposed to fit this car. And so I'm having some header problems, but it's not because of the spark plug angle. It's because of this shock tower is right. This thing was 1.5 inches from clearing the shock tower. So probably gonna have to get another piece of pipe and put in a whole new primary, because it just needs to move like over this way, kind of like go kind of like that is what I need. So still gotta figure that out. I got this coil mounted right here. I have to get a some kind of an isolator or something, some kind of rubber piece to go between there to keep the vibration and stuff down from this. I made the bracket right there. This would be working out pretty well if I could just get the isolation part good. And I don't know, I think I've shown this, but I got fuel pressure regulator hooked up there. Got a gauge on it down there. I may put one up here, or I may move that one up here. Not really sure about that right now, but I really need to get this car running. On the other side too, I had, it was a watering can. You probably can't see it, but yeah, I beat these headers a little more than I really needed to, but you see that flange right there? That was hitting the transmission cooler line, but see, I cut right there. I cut that halfway through, and I stuck a pry bar in the end and pried it away from there, so I have to weld that. I have to weld that there back up. But that was the only real problem I had over here. See, the spark plugs are, yeah, that one knocked in, but need to knock it in. I kind of got in the wrong spot. You could actually get to it right there, but I gotta knock it in a little bit more right there. And these are also supposed to work with these spark plugs. Like when I ordered them, it had a section that said spark plug angle, angled / straight, or something like that, but it's supposed to fit both of them. But anyways, these were cheap headers, so that's why I don't really care too much about beating the hell out of them and you know, cutting them up and making them fit and all that. Might be pretty ugly, but maybe I'll put some header wrap on them or something. Oh, here's my dual air cleaner thing I've been working on. That's as far as I've gotten. You know, it's not because I haven't been doing it, it's because I haven't had time, and can't really make a lot of noise at sometimes of the day when the baby's napping. These are some zoomies I was working on, which I don't even know if I'm gonna finish that or not. I got the other side together, but we'll see. I also have this Pepsi machine. I'm not really sure why. I mean, I was gonna make like a gun cabinet out of it, but you know, I don't really have enough guns to validate something this big, so I'm probably gonna sell it. I'm probably gonna gut it and sell it, because I don't know if you've ever moved one of these, but it's way heavier than any refrigerator you've ever moved, and I need it the hell out of my way. It's a gas tank from a family, and I sprayed some undercoating under the where that goes, so I can get it in there and out of the way. This is a range vent. There's some jumper cables and a battery charger I had to use the other day. Well, those were in my BMW, and that I had to use for the F350. And then there's a battery. Oh my god, it's not concrete! Oh my god! There's some other stuff I got in the trunk back here. I need a base plate for this. This one, I mean, it would probably work still, but it's kind of wonky in there. But as for this carburetor, you can see it is just been built. This is has some parts and some tools in it I was using the other day, so I hadn't really put those up yet. But some I haven't used, like this one. Vacuum gauge, I got to use that when I do my F350 stuff, but that'll be tomorrow or whenever it stops raining. This is a carburetor that was on that F350. I was going to take the base plate off of that and put it on here, but the idle circuits are, which I asked in this Facebook group if that worked. They said, no, the idle circuits are, one's in the base plate and one is the idle adjustment here, right here. And on this one, see, it doesn't have, and also someone's got this thing glued at silicone together. This is just a piece of shit, really. This is junk. I'm gonna rob some parts off of here. Some of this stuff may be like that, maybe, and some of this stuff may be interchangeable with the Holly. Well, this is a Holly, but it is a you know, made for Motorcraft smog carburetor. So, you know, it's basically a piece of like that'd probably be the same. I tried anyways with the base plate thing, and yeah, he was right. There is it wouldn't work. And I don't even know what I did with the base plate to this now. I probably threw it away. But that is the carburetor I need to use on this car. I also got these gauges right here. I got them from a guy on Facebook. They're old. Like, see how maybe you can tell the packaging is starting to yellow and all that. I don't really like these. Well, this one's fine. I don't really like, you know, these style. The mechanical style, for one thing, I would never use that line. Unless I had to. I've used them before when I was younger, but they get brittle and break, and they're just not, they're not it. But I think I'm gonna put these on the F350. I really didn't know what I was gonna put them on because I don't really like these style of gauges, but they were cheap, and I just thought it'd be worth having to have around. So I'm gonna put these on the F350, and I'm also gonna get a tack to put on the F350. Or maybe I can find a Bosch tack. I can maybe make all these match, and then they're probably, I'm assuming these are probably not that expensive for a Bosch tack to match. Well, I guess that's about it. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to get that F350. I'm gonna get it tuned and yeah, get the carburetor tuned. I'm gonna change the spark plugs up first because they're definitely fouled out because of the running rich, you know, golly, that carburetor is just, give us complete junk. And we change the spark plugs, set the carburetor correctly, put my choke cable installed. Then I will set the timing, and that's all I'm going to do first. Change the spark plugs, set the carburetor up right with the vacuum gauge, and set the timing with the vacuum gauge and the timing light, and get everything get it tuned to where it's where it's happy. And I think that'll take care of the problem. I think it's just a tuning issue. I don't think there's actually anything wrong with it, because I popped the cap off and all that, and the cap and rotor look, they look new still. So probably not really a whole lot of miles been put on that thing since that was installed, because like I said, that thing just sat most of the time. Still haven't figured out about the four-wheel drive thing, but as you see, the boot was totally trash on it. So I'm gonna try to go to the junkyard and see if I can find something to work with that, or maybe I can find that exact same thing. And also, I'm still confused about how the hell the four-wheel drive deal is on the passenger side, but whatever. Anyways, see you next time.